What's going on, my pressure washing people? My name is Fisher. I am the owner operator of Beachside Pressure Washing here in Jacksonville, Florida. We service St. Johns and Duval counties. Today we're going to go over soft wash systems. So I've been in the business for about 2 years and I just upgraded my soft wash system to a gas pump. In the past I was utilizing a 12-volt system, and a 12-volt system is going to run off of a pump like this. It's a 12-volt system. It runs off a deep cycle marine and RV battery. And there's so what I actually upgraded to was a gas system. As you can see, no, you can't. So right here is the Honda Comet P40 combination. I absolutely love this thing. Did my first roof job with it yesterday and blasted through it. I probably did it in about half the time that it would have normally taken me with a traditional 12-volt system. So guys, there's pros and cons to each one of these systems. The pros of the 12-volt system here is that it is a lot smaller, so you could put it on a skid a lot easier. But they're not as efficient. In my opinion, you go through them too quick. They run through a lot of problems. A big problem with these 12-volt systems is that you're gonna have a leak right here at the diaphragm. And with this, unfortunately, this specific pump from Everflow, there is no replacement gasket or diaphragm when the pump goes bad. You need to flush these as well. You need to flush both your systems regardless. Chlorine, sodium hypochlorite, or pool bleach basically is extremely corrosive. If you've been in the industry, you know, I mean, it wears and tears at all of your stuff. This is the first pump that I ever ran, and I liked it. I liked it at first because I didn't know what I was really doing. And then I moved up to the Everflow bleach pump specific. Now, this bleach pump is kind of cool because you can replace this diaphragm when things go bad. This little red light here will tell you, hey, there's water in the system. And unfortunately, water moisture, the water can get in the system without bleach having actually penetrated anything. So sometimes you need to take it apart, let things dry out, and then put it back together. But you can buy a replacement diaphragm when things go bad to switch it out. Unfortunately, I haven't had great experiences with the company Everflow themselves. They do not warranty at all their bleach pump. When you call them and ask for warranty, they say that oh, it's bleach, we don't warranty it. And I was like, well then why'd you label it as a bleach pump? But that's besides the point. They're good pumps if you can get them to run for a while. Like I said, flushing them is extremely crucial to getting the most out of the pump that you can. I always flush my pumps. I don't even go to lunch without flushing the pump, and that's what I was taught when I first got into the industry. Now, next thing we're going to get into is proportioners. A proportioner is a mixing valve. It proportions the chemical content that you want to apply to whatever you're cleaning. So a roof, you could go anywhere from 4 to 6%. I like to just hit it with 6 and get things taken care of. But you have to water all of the vegetation, cover plants, things of that nature. And yeah, so proportioner. This is a proportioner, and this is a proportioner for a gas soft wash system. The valves on here are much bigger than the valves would be on a pump setup like this because the flow rate is so much higher. This pump is a 5. You could go 4, 5, 7. You could even go up to a 10. But the 10 goes into a 24-volt system, and I've actually never used those. They're just too expensive for me to be replacing a pump every 2 or 3 months. It doesn't make sense as a business. So this proportioner draws from here. We have got, this is the bypass. So we've got our chemical draw here. We've got our surfactant line here. Surfactant is a soap that allows things to stick to whatever surface you're cleaning a little bit longer. We've got another mixing valve in case we want to throw some degreaser in. Say we're at a gas station or a driveway that has some really bad oil stains. You got your water valve here, and so you can see how big this is. These run about $1,000. I got this from Leon Johns. This dude is an absolute wizard in the pressure washing industry. I mean, he's coming up with new things all the time, and I can't speak highly enough about him. So let's go take a look at the 12-volt setups when it comes to proportioners. So we got the Everflow bleach pump, and then the 5 that we've gone over thus far. So now I'm going to take you to a couple different 12-volt proportioner setups. Now, I have seen people in the past go with these super expensive proportioning systems. And yeah, it's cool, it looks good, it's protected from the elements, but this setup right here is running $1,400 right now. That is absolutely insane. That setup is polypropylene fittings. It's the same fittings, but you can buy them on Amazon and make everything yourself. I will post a description on every single part you need so that you can build your own proportioner instead of spending over $1,000 to get some fancy aluminum box proportioner. And yeah, this is cool. It tells you what the mix is, what you basically the sodium hypochlorite, how high. If the water is fully on, you want a 5%, 5.5%, 6% mix. You go all the way open, and then your detergent, aka the surfactant as well. And don't get me wrong, guys, this is cool. It's got a little ratio mix for you, but you can get by with running polypropylene. And getting a setup like this, you're going to save over $1,000. I hand built this myself. Now, with polypropylene, you want to use a pipe dope and a Teflon tape to make sure that all of your pieces are locked in and secured. But you don't want to tighten things too hard, because if you tighten things too hard, you can actually crack these fittings, and over time these fittings will wear away and they do crack, and you can actually see where the chemical line was leaking for a while and it ate through the wood, and this can happen to your trailer, your truck bed. So it's important to keep an eye on things and make sure that it's not leaking. Another way that you can spot a leak is to turn on the 12-volt system, and if it's pulsating, not getting the proper distance that you want it to get, that could be a sign that you have a leak somewhere, and you need to go through things and make sure that nothing is leaking. Now, these are all check valves, which means that the liquid can only go one way and it doesn't come back. It's the same setup with the nozzles, so you can tune it to whatever percentage that you want. And if I was just getting into things, even if I built another trailer right now and had to run a 12-volt system, this is what I would run. I've got this because my buddy gave it to me when he stopped pressure washing, and I thought that I'd be able to use it for the new build on the gas pump. Now, unfortunately, these valves are all way smaller than on my gas pump that runs at 11 gallons per minute, which means that I cannot run either of these for the gas pump. So you're going to want to figure out what system you want to run from the rip, and just go with that. Now, a little tip and trick, guys. So like I said, Everflow does not warranty their pumps. However, now listen closely. If you go and buy an Everflow pump from Amazon, they will warranty it. And I returned probably 3 to 4 pumps within a year, got them all for free. And what they're going to do is try and send you to the manufacturer. Don't go to the manufacturer. It's a waste of time. And if you have to, say that you called them, do your due diligence, get in there, get out, and get your pump, because these things are not cheap. The 12-volt system pumps run about $150, so you're going to be saving a lot of money if you go through Amazon instead of Everflow. Next, we are going to cover mixed strengths. I think we went over it a little bit earlier, but you're on a roof, you can do anywhere from 4 to 6%, like I said. On a driveway, it depends how dirty the driveway is. You could do a really strong one coat pre-treat and go over and surface clean, and as long as you don't see lines, then save your chemical and don't post-treat. But if you pre-treat, you clean, and you still see lines or you still see organic growth on the driveway, you're gonna have to come back through and hit it with another batch just to make sure everything is uniform and looks good. From my experience, the 12-volt system works just fine. You can do roofs, you can do driveways, you can do houses. but it's just a matter of time, guys. Like, once you get your business to a point where you've got all these jobs lined up and time is money, then going with the 11 gallon per minute gas pump is awesome. I mean, I save so much time, I save so much money. I actually use less chemical with a gas pump than I would have with a electric pump, and I absolutely love it. I do know that when the pump starts to fail, it does get expensive to replace the pumps on the gas soft wash. You just got to maintain your stuff, guys. Maintenance is key in this industry, or else you're just going to be pissing money away. Let's see. So I'll take you to do a little closer up of this P40 system. It's off a GX 200, 200, and I absolutely love this thing, guys. So can't speak highly enough about the gas soft wash, but at the same time, you can get away with one of these Everflows. I want to say thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, anything that you can do helps a ton, and have a great day. Go Jags.